Just a little reminder to subscribe, like, and share if you find this video valuable. You ever walked by your bathroom and thought to yourself, what did we feed that kid? Yeah, I did too. So I decided to do something about it. I set this up so that now, as soon as you walk into the bathroom, the lights turn on, the exhaust fan turns on, and starts getting rid of that smell. The other thing I decided to do, because I was already here doing this, was if you got someone who likes to read a little bit in there, you might want to give them a hint that it's been a little too long. So not only did I set it up so that everything turns on automatically, I set it up so that after a 15-minute period, which I think is quite a liberal period, the lights turn off and remind them it's time to move. So what do you need to get this to work? Well, this is a HomeKit based automation, so you're going to need the Apple TV or HomePod. You're going to need a motion sensor. I've got a Philips Hue here. You've got a Lutron Caseta dimmer switch for the lights and a fan switch for the fan. Let's take a look at how this looks like in action. So as you can see, bathroom is dark. I cross the threshold and the lights turn on. We've got the exhaust fan there on the left, the dimmer switch on the right, the light that it's connected to. We've got the Philips Hue motion sensor up here in the corner so that it's not catching motion out in the hallway. And then there's the exhaust fan, which you guys can, if you listen closely, hear in the background. So again, this is just a motion sensor and a couple of light switches. I can, of course, control these through other automations, but that's it. Pretty simple. So now let's set this up. I'm going to do this in the third-party home app just because I find it easier to do it there. I'll put a link in the notes below because it is a little hard to find. So I'll put that link in there. It's pricey. I'm letting you know that, but it's worth it for me. So if we look at this, I have already got a main bathroom occupied set up here. And if you want, of course, it's a little plus on the top of the left there. So you can set that up. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to just follow the recipe here. Right? We know let's click on edit. We can look at what's going on and change the actions if we want to. We can add an event, but we've already got them added. So let's just take a look at those. So we've got the motion detected. So when the motion is detected in the main bathroom, so if I click on that, you can see here, here's my characteristics, motion detective, status is active. When those things are true, then I'm going to perform some actions. Right, I always have the ability here to do conditions as well. So I do time of day, accessory state, people presence, weekday. So I could kind of perhaps change this if I wanted to say, well, don't turn the lights on to 100% at night, only do them to 20%. And then I have the ability to do actions after that, which of course are things like turn on the lights themselves, turn on the exhaust fan themselves. Right, so that is kind of the key right here. So if I go look at the actions, I have got the brightness, the vanity lights, which is what I've got defined in my bathroom, and I've got the exhaust fan state as well. So if I go look at this, it'll take me in here automatically. You may be tempted to turn the brightness to 100%, and a common mistake is to not turn the power on. So that's one thing you got to kind of watch here. And the last thing I have here is the undo actions set here. So if you've got people who like to read, they can spend time in there and time can slip away. We all know that. So I have this set up that after a 15-minute period, which I think is quite liberal, the lights are going to turn themselves off. So for those of you thinking you're going to leave somebody in the dark, all they have to do is wave their hand, and of course the motion sensor will sense that waving, and it will come back on. And it's really that easy. So the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to go back over to the native Apple Home app and take a look at the automation in there to see what that looks like. So we'll scroll down here at the bottom, and we're going to look for, let's find it here. It's going to be at the bottom because this is a sensor-based event. So when the main bathroom changes, there we go. Okay, so when the main bathroom changes, you're going to need to make sure that this automation is enabled. So that's good. When it detects motion, that's exactly what we want. Then we're going to kick off the scene main bathroom occupied actions. So the third-party home app is doing this automatically for us, and we can indeed see that it's going to turn the fan on and it's going to turn the vanity light on, which is exactly what we wanted to happen. We can also see here that it's going to turn off after 15 minutes, which again, that is totally optional. You can do that or not, but I like to have it complete automated series to say we're going to turn it on and turn it off, and that's it. And with that, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Feel free to click that like button down there. That is always appreciated. And if you want to share it, share away. That's appreciated as well. And if you guys want to learn a little bit more on making your house just a little smarter using Apple HomeKit, please check out the link to my Udemy course in the details below. I will provide a coupon code in there so you can get some pennies off the course. Thanks.